Hello and welcome. Today I am going to show you how to brew black tea and make it really strong. If you have a small coffee shop or even a cafe with so many items on your menu, you probably would not want to have a stock of brewed black tea. In this video clip, I'm going to show you how to batch brew tea using the Moka pot, and in future video tutorials, we're going to make drinks using the black tea brewed using these Moka pots. Now, why do you need to do this? The resulting tea will be strong and also aromatic. It's not the same as boiling your tea and then keeping it in a big jar during the whole day. So I'm going to use my premium black tea, which I call Taiwanese black tea, because this is specially used for bubble tea, regular bubble tea. From loose leaf, you must change it into a finer consistency. And how do you do that? You get your loose leaf tea, put it in a blender, give it a spin for about a minute or less, and then you get your finings. And this finings can now be used for Moka pot. Before I put it in the blender, this is how it looks like. And after I turn into finings, these are more like finings, just like what you would see in a Lipton tea bag. We are going to brew 2 batches, and what I'm going to do is to put them in a jar or a carafe like this one, and then we can use it for our drinks in the future. How long does this brewed tea last? If you refrigerate it, it could last up to 2 weeks, and in fact, it gets better as it gets older. But ideally, use it within a week of brewing. So this is the pot, this is the filter basket, and this is the boiler. For this, I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm going to fill it with warm water up to the bottom of the pressure valve. And in the filter basket, I am going to use 1 scoop of tea. So this is my finings. I'm going to use 1 full scoop. Now this will not be full because tea is different from coffee. Once water passes through it, it will bloom, so it will expand. Now you can do it just like this. You just level it, put the filter basket into your boiler, and then you can start brewing. You can put the pot on, or you could add a filter paper. This is just to make sure there will be no sediments coming up into my pot. I'll just put my filter paper there. Just make sure it's there, and then put my pot on. And I'm going to start brewing. With an electric Moka pot, very simple. Turn the switch on and it should start brewing. For those of you that might ask, how much is 1 scoop of tea? So I'm going to measure it here whilst we are waiting for our tea to brew. And 1 scoop of my tea finings is 7 grams. Okay, so 7 grams for 1 cup of water. It's going to be quite concentrated. Okay, let's wait for our tea to brew. And our tea is finished brewing. Very fast because I used warm water. It is smelling so good, and this will be guaranteed to be strong. Okay, so this was the capacity. Let's see how much is the resulting tea. And that is about 1 full cup. Let me just see if there's any sediments at all. Let's look at the pot. As you can see, it is very clean. There are no sediments that was pushed up from the boiler to the pot. And the filter paper definitely helped. Okay, so this is my first batch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in my carafe here. And you can do this as many times as you like. So I'm just going to make 2 batches so that I can use it for my drinks later. Okay, now let's have a look at the pot here. Okay, now be careful, you can touch this base because this is rubber, but not this, it will be quite hot. So I'm going to just show you how the tea looks like after the first brew. And as I have said, the tea will bloom and it is now full in your filter basket. For the second batch brew, I am going to use the manual Moka pot. I have here my electric hot plate. I'm going to turn it on to maximum, okay, just to preheat the portable hot plate. And then we are going to use this one this time. So once again, I am going to fill my boiler up to just below the pressure valve with warm water. This is the same size as my electric Moka pot, which is 6 cups. Okay, so I'm going to just fill it with warm water. Okay, once again, I am going to use 1 scoop of my finings into my filter basket. 1 heaping scoop, okay, be generous, there you go. And you can see that this is not full. And just to help with making sure there are no sediments, I am going to use a filter paper. It's actually a coffee filter. Now this is very, very cheap. They're not expensive at all. You can get this on online platforms, Shopee, Lazada. Okay, you can dip this in hot water before, but I'll skip that. I'll just put it into my filter there and into my boiler, and now to lock the pot on. I love tea brewed using Moka pot because it is strong and aromatic. Now normally I prefer my tea brewed using an espresso machine, but for those without espresso machine, Moka pot is a very good option. Okay, so now my portable hot plate should be warm. I'm going to start brewing my tea. So I'm going to fill this later with my tea. And we are going to once again find out how much is the yield. Earlier we used just to capacity. For our 6 cup, it went up to about 8 ounces or 1 cup. Let's see what this one comes up with. As soon as you see it coming out, lower the heat. Okay. Normally I would set the heat to about medium. You start with maximum and then you set it to medium so that you can see it flowing. But I'm keeping it safe here by putting the lid on. Okay, very different from an electric Moka pot where you can actually see the tea being pushed out of the boiler into the pot. So here you just have to listen to the sound and see that the tea is all there now. Okay, all there. So I've got my heat turned off, and this time I am going to check how much is the yield. Okay, it is slightly more than the other one, and it's about also 1 cup. Okay, so now I'm going to add this to my batch. And like I said, you can keep brewing as much as you like. Now let's have a look at our pot here. Is it clean? Do we see any sediments? Well, there is no sediments at all. Very clean, perfect. I've got a little bit more there. Let's just put them all there. And then I want to see how my filter basket looks like. Okay, just this time you cannot hold with bare hands, it is very hot. Okay, let's just have a look at our tea. And it is full. I've got the filter here. Okay, the filter paper is there, and the filter basket is full. So my tea has bloomed fully. Okay, so there you go. This is how you brew your tea using Moka pot. Before we end today's video tutorial, let me show you a step-by-step video clip on how to brew black tea using the Moka pot. Enjoy. So now I have 2 cups of strong, freshly brewed black tea that smells absolutely gorgeous. I am going to make drinks out of this in my next video tutorials. Don't forget to check out all my other video tutorials on milk tea, coffee, and tea. In the meantime, stay safe, stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Ciao for now.